Hey students, it's Mrs. Nelson. I just wanted to talk to you about our math curriculum that we use for Canyons Online. It's also the same math curriculum that we use in any Canyons Middle School in Canyon School District. And so whether you are at Albion or at Union or elsewhere or in Canyons Online, you're going to be approaching your math learning in the same way. And I want to explain to you what that's like and how that might be different from other math learning that you have done. So sometimes in elementary school or in other math programs, what they do is they give you a skill and the teacher teaches you exactly how to do it and tells you exactly what steps to follow. And then you do a worksheet where you practice that same problem or problem type or that skill like 20 times in a row. Well, that's not how this curriculum is designed. It's a task-based learning, it's exploratory learning, and what you do is you're working instead of building a tool set of procedure, like I always have to do this problem this way. Instead, what you're doing is you're building strategies and you're learning to approach any problem, all problems, and be able to solve them, that you don't have to wait for someone to tell you what to do. Instead, you're building strategies and courage and skills and approaches so that when you are given a new task, a novel task, you can jump in and use the knowledge that you have and you can experiment and try and solve it on your own, creating your own procedure or utilizing your own strategy in how you want to approach that. So essentially your lessons each day are like 3 word problems. So instead of here's the skill, this is exactly how you do it, now do the skill 20 times in a row, you're given a word problem or a task and you're asked to access your prior knowledge and asked to utilize strategies that you've been developing, and you get to decide, how do I want to approach this? What do I want to do here? This is a different way of learning. So if this is your first time using the Open Up Resources or Illustrative Math curriculum, so if you're a 6th grader or if you've come from another district and you're in 7th or 8th grade and you've not used this before, it takes some time to adjust. There are some things that you're going to be frustrated with. There are some things that you're going to be confused by. And there are some times that you're just going to be like, just show me how to do it. And you might get a little annoyed that you are asked to approach the tasks in these ways. But I want you to do it. I want you to build your skill set in regards to building strategy and building problem-solving skills. And I want you to develop your brain and grow your brain in ways that you've not been able to grow them yet because you have literally just been following procedures or following directions repeatedly and not thinking as much for yourself and connecting in different ways. So when you look at your modules, you'll see that I put a little alarm clock icon and then I put a time period, 3 minutes, 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. What I want you to do there is that's not the expected amount of time that, that most students are going to finish it, but rather that's the amount of time I want you to spend doing it. So there are going to be times that you're going to work on a task and you're not going to be able to finish it within 15 minutes. And that's okay. I want you to do everything that you can within 12 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever time is set on that. Do everything that you can to solve that, figure that out, and then scroll down and check what you were able to finish and read through the possible solutions that are there for the tasks or the pieces that you might not have finished. And then move on to the next part. Because another thing that's unique about this curriculum is that you don't master individual skills one per day, but rather you grow your skills over an entire week or over multiple lessons. So it typically takes 3 to 5 lessons to build one concept, one underlying big idea for our math learning and our math knowledge. And so you're not striving for perfection with each lesson. So I want you to work as hard as you can and work super intentionally and very diligently, and sometimes you will finish those tasks within that time frame and then sometimes you won't, and it's okay if you don't. I want you to read through the solutions, look at any synthesis material that I put in the module for you as well, read any commentary that's at the top of the next task to help you process and understand and take away those big ideas that you should be taking away from those tasks. Your practice problems, And your quiz at the end of the week is where you'll want to, sorry, my computer went to sleep, is where you'll want to spend any extra time during the week. So it may take you a little more than 15 minutes to do the practice problems or a little bit more than 15 minutes to do your quiz, but hopefully not much more. And if it is taking extra time, I want you to revisit it at another time. We know that there's a lot of power in our brains that happens. A lot of the change happens while we're sleeping and doing other things during downtime, but sleep especially. A lot of those connections are reinforced, and all that extra stuff that you don't need gets washed away. So there's actually a lot that will change overnight. So you could try it one day, be struggling, and then try it again the next day, and it go so much better. So it's also okay for you to start practice problems one day and finish them the next, or start the practice problems, do the best you can, learn again the next day in your next lesson, and maybe even the day after that, and then go revisit practice problems from 2 days ago and do a whole lot better. So don't put a lot of pressure on you to master it all in one day, but rather be flexible and go back and forth and revisit those problems a day or 2 or 3 later that you didn't quite understand or get correct on any practice problems or quizzes, and do them again after your brain has time to grow more and to make more connections. So do your best, and when you struggle, certainly reach out. Come to my office hours. I have office hours every school day from 3 to 4 p.m. You can stop by at any time. So far, I only have 1 or 2 students a day, so if you're a little nervous thinking that the room's going to be full or there's going to be a lot of people, you might be the only one. Come on by and stop by. And even then, if there are others there, they probably have similar questions as you. And you can also listen to the explanations when they ask the questions, or we can all work together on the same task and work to understand those as well. So make use of that office hours time as well. If you have questions about how you could proceed or what you could do differently, or how to strategize or set up your time, or how much time you should be putting into something, please let me know. I'm happy to talk through it individually with you or your parents, and make sure that you are feeling successful and making progress, but also not feeling overwhelmed. So email me, parents, at my Canyons District email, or students, please send me messages via Canvas inbox, or come to my office hours, and I'd be happy to answer your questions, help you with pacing, or help you with particular tasks. All right, I'll see you later.